There we go. Welcome back, Raider Nation. It's Monday Morning Quarterback with your boy 401 Raider Jeff. And yeah, we're back in the chair for another therapy session. You think after all these weeks, we'd build up some emotional calluses by now, right? Nope. Thursday night came along, Broncos on primetime, Silver and Black found yet another creative way to punch us right in the gut. It's like watching the same horror movie every week. We know who the killer is. We scream at the screen. And the team still walks down the dark hallway with no blocking, no urgency. The defense, gassed by halftime. The offense looked like they were still in pregame warm-ups halfway through the second quarter. Penalties, drops, missed tackles, blown assignments, the full Raider bingo card. And yet, here we are. We keep showing up because that's what Raider Nation does. We ride the storm, even when it feels like the ship's taking on water. But here's the thing. Next Monday night, the bright lights come on in Vegas. The Cowboys are rolling in. We're about to find out if this team's got any fight left. The stage is set. The nation will be loud. And it's time for the Raiders to answer one question. Do you still have any pride left in that shield? Because we can't take losing anymore. We've seen it. We've lived it. But what we can't take is lifeless football. So let's talk about what went wrong Thursday, what needs to change, and what kind of energy this team needs to bring when the lights hit Allegiant next Monday night. And on that note, let's start the show. Good morning, Raider Nation. This guy runs on Duncan still. It's Monday morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Doing good? Awesome. So, we're going to go over the highlights from Thursday. If you call 3 and outs highlights, we'll go over the best tackle. The best tackle of the night might have actually been a coach grabbing his headset before it hit the ground. But we're not going to rant. Let's just kind of break this down a little bit and then get ready for next week. Now, I know there's some big news out there right now. Dayball got fired from the Giants. We have JPJ going on the IR. His season's pretty much done, which means for our offensive line, that means Cap is going to be our right guard for the foreseeable future of this season. So who knows what we're going to see Monday night from the offensive line. Parham has a high ankle sprain, so he's probably going to be out. So there's another situation. So now we got a left guard we got to worry about. So what can go wrong has gone wrong and will continue to go wrong for this team. There's no two ways about that. So just a little housekeeping here. If you noticed, there's 2 streams up on my channel. One is in the full horizontal and one is in the vertical. It's a new format on StreamYard now, where you can stream to both horizontal and vertical. So now if you're not on your phone, or even if you are on your phone and you want to be able to see the chat differently, you can watch it on the horizontal, or you can watch it on the vertical. So it gives you options now. Instead of having to use a different type of system to do both, we can do it in one. So there are 2 streams rolling out there for me right now. Yeah, and if you're in the horizontal, any links I put up, you'll be able to click on them. So this is new, so it's different. And it's different looking on the screen that I'm looking at now too, because I'm seeing 2 of me. I could get rid of the vertical on the side, but it at least lets me know how that still looks too, compared to this big ass system. But the nice thing is this shows up nice now. You can see that nice and clear. Get that centered right. My black hole corner right here. So let's see who's in the chat with us today. We have Jack is in the house. What's up, Raider Nation? Bueno's in the house. Yes, I changed my mind. I felt like just going ahead and doing it. I hadn't heard from Chris, so I am streaming to Chris's channel. So if people want to go over to his channel and watch from there, you can watch from there also. I reached out to him, haven't heard from him. And yes, they both did get fired. Jason Downs is in the house here. Let's see. Is there an upside down view? Yeah, I could flip the camera. We could try that. Maybe you might like that, Jason. Marcus Banks is in the house. What's up, Marcus? How we doing today? Nick is here. Salute Nation. Horrible news about JPJ. Yeah, it sucks. With Colton Miller out, JPJ automatically became our best offensive lineman. So now we're down him now too. So that's not a good thing. So I'm going to take these off for now. I don't really need these. I needed them when I read my monologue. So we're going to get into this as far as how things went last week, what went wrong, what went right, maybe. Doesn't feel like anything really went right. So I've got slides here. So like I've even got, actually, let's put this one up. These are the injuries that we're looking at right now. So Geno Smith, he's got that quadriceps injury, so he's questionable. Jackson Powers Johnson, ankle injury, likely season ending. Dylan Parham, ankle, questionable. I can't read that. Tristan McCollum, safety concussion, questionable. Adam Butler, back, limited. Let's see. Raiders O-line depth and defensive secondary severely affected heading into Cowboys game. Correct. So now for the Cowboys, Diggs is out. He's out on IR, so he won't be back till week 13. I don't even know how you say his name. DeMarvion Overshow, linebacker, 20 ACL. He's done. Corner, Shavon Ravel, he's knee ACL, non-football injury list, so he's done. Don't worry about the Broncos one. That was that game was last week, so who cares about the Broncos injuries? It brought up both. It brought up both teams basically, for the team we're playing and the team we just played. I don't know why I brought up the Broncos. But so that's the injury update as far as of today. I know news just broke about JPJ possibly being done for the season. So we'll have to wait and see. Maybe he gets back by the end of the season. I don't know. Who knows? But at this point, for what reason? Give the rookies a chance to play would be my best suggestion at this point. So as far as the game breakdown from last week, I mean, we had red zone failures. We had no rhythm. There was predictability in our play calling, which has been the norm all season. Nothing's changed. QB play, again, inconsistent, hesitant under pressure. O-line looking lost, especially on key downs. Like bright spots, there was a few flashes from Brock. He wasn't as heavily involved as he was last week. I mean, last week we were so excited because he had such a phenomenal game. You think, when you have games like that, you're supposed to carry that over to the next game too. You're supposed to have that consistency. You're supposed to have that um, what do you want to call it? That you want to be able to sustain that going forward. And it's obvious that we can't sustain a good game to the next game to continue on with that. There's no continuation, So Brock Bowers has a tremendous game last week. This week, he was basically almost invisible. Um, Genty again. There's no rhythm. You can't really blame Genty for a lot of the problems that's going on. He's still making rookie mistakes. I'm not going to give him a complete, you get a complete pass here. He's still making mistakes. Obviously, he's a rookie. It's understandable. It's going to happen. But when the offensive line is that bad and he can't get a lane to run in, what the hell are you supposed to do? And now our offensive line got even worse. So now what type of games are we going to see from Genty going forward? Luckily Monday night coming up, there's no there's no Micah Parsons on that defense. So that's huge in itself. But we're still the Raiders, and we still have an inept offensive line. So it's like, where do you go from here with this line? Just roll the dice and hope for the best. That's pretty much the only thing we've got at this point. Let's see. Bueno says, I feel like this coaching staff would put JPJ on IR even if he didn't need it, just out of spite. And you know what? You're probably not wrong. Didn't Cowboy trade for one of the Jets' best defensive tackles, though? Yeah, that's a tackle, though. I mean, but still, either way, I mean, he's no Micah Parsons, let's put it that way. But Parsons is more of a QB pressure, sack type guy. I'm just glad we're not having to play against Parsons this week. But our offensive line is just such crap. I don't think it matters who we play against. We're just not that good on the line. Offensive lineman, yeah, it's horrible. Offensive line is absolutely disgusting. And the same thing on defense too. I mean, our defense is what kept us in this game on Thursday night. It was a defensive battle. There's no two ways about it, because the Broncos had our number on when they were on defense, because our offense, number one, we're out there in crutches basically. We're like a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest with this offense. We just can't get anything done. Maxx Crosby still giving everything he's got. You can see that he's still out there trying to do, but there's no help for him. Kuntz has been invisible all season long. Tyree Wilson is Tyree Wilson. He's a third-year starter, third-year player now, number 7 overall, and he still hasn't accumulated even close to being that pick. Genty, in his first year as a rookie, has already proven his worth as a number 1 overall pick. Put Genty on a better team with a better offensive line, rookie of the year, all hands down, no questions asked, and nobody would beat him. On this team, he's fucked. Plain and simple. I'm not being nice about it. He's fucked. So on our defense also, we got, again, missed tackles, too many missed tackles, soft coverage on third downs. Time of possession was kind of equal. We're going to go through the stats, team stats itself. Time of possession was pretty even, both teams. We were very close. But it just felt like the defense was always out there because we just couldn't sustain any drives. Again, the first 2 drives that Denver was out there on offense, our defense shut them down. 2 3-and-outs from the get-go from a team that everybody thought was just going to be able to pass on us and move the ball freely, and that wasn't the case. So that's why it was watching that game Thursday night, the way it started for us, I was like, all right, maybe we can do this in Denver. We still could have all the way up to the very end. Carlson killed us. There's no two ways about Carlson. He lost us this game. You miss an extra point. You miss that field goal. It's no wonder the special teams coordinator got shit canned. The best player out there this Thursday night was AJ Cole. I mean, he had a couple of punts that were signature Ray Guy style kicks. Those coughing kicks, just boom inside the 5-yard line, right in the corner where the return team can't do shit with it. Those were just beautiful kicks. I mean, AJ Cole is by far the best player on this goddamn team, other than maybe Brock Bowers. But Carlson, it's a good thing we didn't extend him. He's done after this. I can't see him being back after this year. We're going to be looking for a new kicker. You should be looking for a new kicker right now, to be honest with you. Let's see. Bueno says, and I seen Cowboys traded for Bengals standout linebacker. Oh, Logan Wilson. Yeah. Brock, one catch all game. Yeah, exactly. It's crazy that 2026 NFL draft say the Browns will take Ty Simpson. He's been missing a lot of field goals lately. Yeah, Carlson is just, he's not the same. He's not that automatic like he was, for a few years. It started last year. Look at the game in Kansas City last year. We left 9 points on the field that day that should have been on the scoreboard. We would have won that game. And everybody blames that snap at the end. You can't put it on them. That game was winnable earlier in the day. Gino should have targeted Bowers more, even if they were 50-50 balls. Bowers turns those into 80s, 20s. He had, let me see, I'm going to bring this, because let me see what he had for targets. I think he had like 4 targets, but he only caught 1. Hang on. Bear with me here. I'm just clicking back on this. Raiders. Where are you? Here you are. Box score. Bowers, 3 targets, 1 catch, 31 yards. Only 3 times you're throwing the ball to him. Threw it to Lockett 6 times. He caught 5 of them for 44. Gino didn't have the greatest statistic there either. He had an interception, 16 for 26 and 143 yards. That's not good. Let's see. I'm going to Browns game. It's a terrible teams playing each other, paying money for what a waste. I'm traveling down to Philly for the Raiders Philly game in December. I'm going to be down there freezing my ass off, but like I said last night on the watch show we were doing, it's not so much for the game anymore. It's just being around the other fans and just having a good weekend, having fun. 31 yards off of 1 reception, and you get off that. Exactly. Because he's a hard guy to tackle. So why are you not feeding him the ball more so he can get those yards after the catch? Once he's past the second level, now you're going to rely on corners and safeties to tackle him. Good luck. Michael Mayer, the same thing too. Michael Mayer is even bigger than him. It's like, why are we not trying to get the ball in their hands more and more often? Going to the what's up, Willie Wayne? Cool Kev, what's up, brother? How you doing? Yeah, Willie Wayne, I think Leo will be there. Aunt Six will be at that game because Afakasi's coming from Australia for that game. So he will be in LA for that Raiders game against the Chargers. I wish I could make it out there for that. And again, special teams, and it's special teams in our discipline. Penalties crushed any momentum. The field position battle, we lost that. And definitely, you can see the frustration on the sideline too. It was visible by the third quarter. The players were getting pissed. You can't win when you beat yourself more than the other team does. Right now the Raiders are basically 8-1 this season against themselves. They're just beating themselves up. Actually, they'd be 7-2. It's just we have no shot of winning anything in our division at this point. And I'm being you can't even be optimistic. I try to, but it's tough. It's so tough. Oh, Willie, that's why you're going. Oh, sweet. Okay. There's not a lot of bright spots to look at from this past game, So we're going to go through team and player stats from the Raiders Broncos, just so you can see how kind of even it was. All right. So obviously it was 10-7 Broncos over us, right? So total yards for the Raiders was 188 yards. Broncos had 220. time of possession. This is what I'm talking about. When you look at these numbers and listen to what I'm giving out for the information, you'll see how closely matched these two teams were as far as the overall team stats. And some of the player stats were pretty close too. So time of possession, Raiders had it for 29 minutes and 14 seconds. Broncos had it for 30 minutes and 46 seconds, almost split right down the middle. Yards per play is at 3.2. Broncos were at 3.9. Passing versus rushing for the Raiders. The Raiders had 114 passing yards, 74 rushing. Broncos had 136 passing yards with 84 yards rushing. So the season average before this game, the Raiders were at 16.5 points per game, 194 yards passing per game, 89 yards rushing per game. The Broncos were 25 points per game, 213 passing yards, and 133 rushing yards. So when you look at those numbers, you see how close we were as far as the stats. It was kind of crazy how tight this game really was. But yet, was it? You know what I mean? It felt like it was one-sided in Denver's favor, but yet when you look at the stats, they didn't have a tremendous stat day on their end either. Yeah. Let's see. We went in the chance to get the top 2 draft pick. Well, what helps us is the Jets won, Miami won. So I think we moved down to number 6 now, I think is what it is, right? I think we would be 6 overall. Let's look this up. Let's see. PNF. That's PFN. What am I doing? PFN. Let's see. Mock draft simulator. Let's see where we end up here. Yeah, so right now we're at number 6. So right now, if the season were to end right this minute, it's Tennessee first, the Saints, then the Giants, then Cleveland, the Jets, then us. And then Miami's after us, along with the Redskins, Bengals, and Rams at number 10. Is that a trade? That had to be a trade. That couldn't be the legit. But either way, so we're at number 6 right now. And out of those teams that are ahead of us, we still have to play the Browns and the Giants. So we'll see what happens here now after that. You know, Denver beat Dallas. Bad Denver barely beat us, and yes, the Jet. Yeah. Let's see. Kev said they had a good strategy in the first few drives. Then they went back to doing whatever. Yeah, pretty much, right? Tankathon. Get out of here with that Tankathon shit. We don't even have to try and tank. I've said it before. I said it last season. We can just do it organically because we just suck that bad. It's horrible. Season playoffs started now. Yeah, they'd be out. They wouldn't even make the list. What's up, LS? All those teams above us play each other, correct? And again, we got 2 games, one against the Giants, one against the Browns. Send me a link, fam. No, get out of here. Fuck off. It's true. Chris, you can come in. I didn't know if you were still alive or not. I sent you messages and I never heard back.
I'm alive, man. I was out there trying to get a hold of these weeds back in my backyard all morning, so I just saw it like, oh shit, let me get on here. What's going on, Jeff? How you doing?
Not bad, not bad. Yeah, I had everything set up. I'm like, fuck it, I'm ready for Chris. I'm just gonna go on and do it solo. I had a whole setup solo thing, so I've got overlays and everything today, man.
I can back out. Oh, Jeff, no big thing.
No, you can stay.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. You're a nice guy. I don't care what the rest of the guys say. You're a nice guy.
Oh, you know what? I know why you're so loud. I had my volume jacked up for something else I was watching. I couldn't hear it. Let's see. No, that website shows draft order and a mock of the first 10 selections. Okay, I'm not clicking on it, Bueno. Get out of here, fucker. I love the Cowboys. That's why accelerated shush.
Don't you live in Texas?
What's up, Jackie Moon? What's going on? So, and then individual stats and matchups. So it's like Geno Smith, he completed 16 of 26, 143 yards, and then he suffered the quad injury in the fourth. What gets me with his injury, Chris, I don't know what your take is on this. Why the hell did he stay out there? If we're trying to win this game and we're within 3 points of winning this game, or at least tying it, 3 points of tying the game, why are you going to take a chance of having him out there hobbled? Knowing our offensive line is that bad, and he's going to have to run for his life half the time with the way our offensive line is. Why are you putting him back out there as the coach and confidently think that he's going to be able to get that done for you when he's hobbled? He can barely even walk right. What the hell is that all about? Why? Why are they not just putting Pickett out there and just hope for the best at this point? Pickett would have given you a better chance because at least he can move.
They did
Geno couldn't move.
They did pick Pickett out there for one play. It was a run play. That was
because he got hurt to play before. That's why. It's the only reason Pickett was out there.
That's it. But that baffles my mind. Why did you put him out there? He, like I said, he has to get away from the rush because the offensive line was not blocking. They was coming in there every time they wanted to get in. And why did we pick out there? I mean, he had that one fumble and a snap at one play, but other than that, he's a better chance of trying to win the game because he can run. As far as I know, he can. I didn't understand that move. I say, well, this guy can barely walk. You expect him to run away from the rush? I don't know. The decision making to me baffles the mind. It's like they're not tanking, but they're not trying to win.
No.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, there's rumors out there that we're gonna try and go for Kyler. I don't want Kyler Murray. I'm good. I'm good there. I don't want a retread. I'm sorry. I don't want a retread. You know, I want either the franchise rookie that we're going to bring in that's going to hopefully carry us on for the next so many years, or if we got to trade or do something, I'd rather do something for somebody that's only been in the league for a couple of years, but they know they can work with him. I'll tell you what I would love to do, in all honesty, especially after the news that came down today from the Giants. Fire Chip Kelly's ass. Bring Daboll in here as our offensive coordinator. Let him work with AOC or Pickett or fuck Geno. Let him work with our two tight ends. You know, let him do something with this offense. Unfortunately, nothing's going to get better as long as our offensive line is as bad as it is. Right. I know you and I agree on that one. I think most of Raider Nation agrees on that. You know, this offensive line is just absolutely abysmal.
Well, I came in late, so you heard about JPJ.
Yeah, he's going to be done for the year now, which sucks. You know, Colt Miller out, so JPJ was automatically our best offensive lineman. So now he's done. So that means Cap is coming in on the right guard. Parham's possibly going to be out. So who's going in on the left side? It's probably going to be what the hell's his name? He was out there this weekend too. Putnam. You know, and then you still got the two rookies, and then you got Forsyth on the left side for the tackle. Glaze is not having his best year. This offensive line is Swiss fucking cheese. It's horrible.
Well, you know what I say. Look, going forward, okay, we're not going anywhere. All we can do is move up and down the draft picks. Put the rookies in. Put Grant in. Put Rodgers in. So if they're not ready, we'll get them ready for next year because they're a future. That you drafted them for a reason. Why'd you draft them? Oh, we're gonna draft these guys in the first 3 rounds and just sit them in the practice squad for 2 years. That makes no sense to me.
No,
put them out there. Let them see what they got. Let them learn. So by the time next year comes, they see how real NFL game plays, and then during the offseason, they say, "Shit, I got to improve that skill, get stronger, or whatever." But no, that ain't the way the Raiders are doing it.
No. What's up, Brandon? Yeah, and he did. Bueno just brought it up too. He goes, "Where is it?" Yeah, Pickett, and he did. I think the first pass play he had, he threw towards the bench. You know, it's like, At this point, I just don't know. I hope Gino doesn't play Monday night. I hope he's still hurt enough. The only downside is he's had 10 days before that game,
He's
so
gonna
he's
play.
going to have time to heal.
He's gonna
You
play,
know,
regardless. He's gonna play.
I think so.
He's have a sore ankle. Oh, my ankle's sore, but I still can play. Pete will put him in there, or Chip Kelly, or whoever. He's gonna play. My thing is, why did you trade for Pickett when Gino's hurt? Because they made the analysis that Pickett kind of plays similar to Geno Smith. If he doesn't, why he wasn't playing in that game? Gives a better chance of winning. Nope, they didn't decide not to. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
So who's watching on what stream? I wonder, because you saw that, Chris, right? The new setup they have now in streaming. Jay told me about it from Just Raiders Baby. He told me about it over the weekend. And then he said it was going to be available today. So when I was making this studio up, I saw that it said it would take effect after your next show or next episode. So I went in and did a 30-second test, backed out, and then it was available to do. It wouldn't let me do it the first show today. So I did a 30-second test, went back in, made a new show, and I'm like, oh shit, I can do it now. So it's streaming on both. Do I have it set on yours that way?
No, in fact, I'm trying to put my Facebook on it. It won't let me do it, so I don't know if I can do it or you can do it. I have to do it. But anyway,
right with the rookies, they will putting them in. Yeah, that's who came in for Parham.
Oh, set me up on Facebook, Jeff. For some reason I can't do it. I know that I see the setup. I saw the advertisement. I got in, but whoa, something new. We on Mars.
Let me see if
kind of like this. It's streaming on phones and on screen. That's good. I like that.
Well, because before you would have to use a separate system, or you'd have to. I don't even know how some people did it. I know in OBS you can kind of play around with it where you can present it into or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I like this. This is
beyond my pay grade.
Yeah, that's cool. I like this. That way you get to worry about like, damn, we got to do in this format or that format. So that's cool.
Yeah, I like it. It's different. Yeah, Nick, Grandpa Rogers is better than Gino. I don't know, man. Rogers looked like shit last night. I did that live show last night with Trippy Soul. I don't know if you were in watching any of it, but we did the live watch party last night for his Steelers going against the Chargers. Aaron Rodgers looked horrible. The Steelers just could not get shit done, man. They looked horrible last night.
They can do anything. Like, Jesus. And this is a playoff team, upcoming playoff team. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Jay, I like this setup. It's definitely, you know what? This will be good for
mock draft we're about to do.
This will be good for like Wednesday nights when we're on doing the Raider Connections. Is with the four of us on there, it'll split it up the right way and everything. It'll be kind of cool, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna be great because I said because mock draft is coming real soon, sooner you think. Might as well go through it because I just don't get what they're doing. I just don't understand why.
I'm just playing around with shit right now, just trying to see how things line up.
Yeah, okay.
Versus the other screen.
I don't understand why they decided to do that.
Ooh.
If Aiden O'Connor went in street clothes, I would have put him in. But he's in street clothes.
Let's see.
Because
East Coast to the West Coast, bueno. Shush.
You gotta admit that the defense and most part of the special teams did the best they could to put the offense in the best situations, but they took advantage of it.
What do you mean Gino didn't have a bad game? Did you just read the stats I just put up? He still threw an interception, 143 yards for a full game.
Mm-hmm. And we went basically to the passing. We stopped.
Well, I was doing this earlier. I was doing the comparison of stats, right? So that's Gino's stats, right? Bo Nix, 16 of 28, 150 yards, 1 TD, and 2 interceptions. Bo Nix had a worse game.
Mm-hmm.
And it was because of the 2 interceptions. So neither quarterback was flinging the ball like crazy around the field, and even how I said the team stats and some of the player stats. Listen to this one: Ashton Genty, 19 carries, 60 yards, and a touchdown. Broncos, J.K. Dobbins, 18 carries, 77 yards, obviously no touchdown. But it was just funny how both teams offensively was so like right down the middle. When I saw that at the end of the night, Thursday night, and then we didn't really go into it too much on Friday night's show because that show just we talk about anything and everything, and we didn't do Saturday night's last call. That's why I kind of really wanted to get on here and do this today. Is how equal both teams were on the offense, time of possession, everything, even the penalties. It was insane how tight everything was, right down the middle. It just blew me away. I've never seen that. At one point, I know that was last week's. I think it was last week's game. The two punters, Cole and whoever the punter was for Jacksonville, had the exact same stats. They had the exact same number of punts and the exact same yardage. It was crazy. I was like, what the fuck? Like they had like 4 punts each and they were like a 48.3 average exact. I'm like, how is that even possible? That's like an anomaly. It's like, how does that even happen? It's just one of those fluke things, but it was like, Jesus Christ. I've never seen that before.
No. Yeah, but yet.
Oh, Chris, yours is on the vertical on Jay's phone.
Yeah.
So you're set up with you are set with both.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
What's up, Nugget Overdose? What's going on, man? Behind on the chat. What's the schedule for the week? Well, we're doing this now. I'm gonna do a watch party tonight for the game. Because I think it's gonna be a good game between the Eagles and the Packers. Tomorrow night, I have the Most Notorious podcast that goes on at 10 o'clock Eastern time. Chris, you got one tomorrow night too, right?
Yeah, me and Jason might do this a little quick mock draft, like just the first 6 rounds, just to get through it. So we were picking at 6, so we'll just do a quick mock draft because we were talking about we need a quarterback, but I was saying like, of course we do, but we also need some line. So we're gonna go through that.
People are already talking mock draft at week 9.
Might as well.
Week
it's only 8 games left, so the only thing we can do for now is either move up in the draft or move down the draft. There ain't nothing else we can do. So I don't see us winning any more games.
The sad part is winning teams don't worry about the draft until the fucking Super Bowl's over, type of thing. Can we get to that point at some point in the rest of my lifetime? We're not worried about the draft at week 9, week 10. Thinking about, what place are we going to be drafting at? Fuck.
Until the Raiders start being a better team and winning more games, I wouldn't think about it. I've been thinking about during the season, can we make the playoffs? What spot in the playoffs we're going to be in? But no, it's not that. Now, as I said, a position used to be, Jeff, that when we were a dominating team, we were thinking about, we win this game, we can have the number 3 spot or the number 1 spot, number 2 spot. We just think about that back in the day. But now it's thinking about, what spot we're gonna be in the draft at this point in time? It's like, Jesus, that's bad. You worry about the draft.
Brandon, the rest of the week, Wednesday night, I get the Most Notorious. The Raider Connection. It's myself, Jay, Just Raiders Babies in the chat, LV Raider 10, and Leo. And then Thursday night, Nate and I go on Raiders Coast to Coast. And then Friday night, Chris and I are back on with the Friday Night Live, free for all, BS.
Yeah, like last Friday.
Jump on the show, have fun, talk about anything.
Last Friday was great. It was a geographical lesson. We learned about the geographies of the United States. That was great.
Oh, speaking of this, JPJ home with 2 bags of Cheetos saying, good luck, boys. Did you see what Jacoby Meyer said at the end of the Jaguars game yesterday when they interviewed him at the end of the game?
I missed it.
He said, shout out to my boys in Vegas. It'll get better for you. He was genuine about it too, so it's like, oh, that's pretty cool.
I don't think Jacoby Myers had hatred for the Lakers. The Raiders. He just wanted to get paid more money. That's all he wanted. That's all he asked for.
What's up, Time Raider Nation? I could never disrespect my pop's favorite era, the Dallas Cowboys. You guys should not look down on yards. You should not look down on yard sales. America's team has nothing on silver and black.
Okay.
Hey, we all bleed it, man. We're still here after all these years of miserableness on the field. We're still here, still repping the team.
I can't change my colors.
Yeah. Gino could have moved the ball down the field. He couldn't do anything.
He can do nothing.
Oh, here we go. Windy. That was windy. No excuse.
Nah.
No excuse. Well,
it wasn't that windy.
Play calling was terrible, though. I will say that.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's keep everything the same and continue breaking records, interceptions, time of possession, plays, etc.
Let me ask you a question, Jeff. Gino on that play, I guess I'll talk to you about that on Friday night because everything went sideways. Why was Geno Smith and the offensive play calling try to do a quarterback sneak on 2 yards? To me, that seemed like, oh, you're trying to throw the game.
I have no answer for that other than what the fuck were you thinking?
You know, people say the Raiders are tanking. That's that. I said it might be. I don't know because
that was the most ridiculous play call I have ever seen. I'm watching this. I'm like, are you what? Huh?
Because they tried 4th down and 1 a few times. I think it was the Jaguars or where it was. They couldn't get that 1. They gonna try it on 2 with a better defense. Good play calling. You try to fool them. We're gonna fool you guys to go for 4th down 2. Like, no, we know it's gonna be
that was so bad. That was so bad. That was such a bad attempt at a play.
And then the thing is that he put his head down. Dude, if you're gonna do that 2 yards, you can keep your head up just in case your hole pop open. Dude.
He had no shot. From the second that play was called from the sidelines, there's no way he even thought in his head, oh, yeah, it's going to work. I mean, come on, man. There's a time to question your coaches. That's the time to question your coaches. Like, are you sure about this?
Well, I don't know.
Like, the play's getting called into my helmet. I'm looking up at them going, no.
No. I don't know. I don't know what game they were watching. Maybe watch some old games back in the day because the game that took place right now, you watch the offensive line get pushed back so many times. You think they're gonna try to push these guys this time? I don't think so. What game are you watching?
No, Jay. Actually, I had to select for each destination if it was going to be landscape or portrait or both. I can only do both to YouTube. I can do landscape and portrait. Vertical, portrait and landscape to YouTube. To X, Facebook, and Kick, and anything else can only be either one or the other. It can't be both. Only YouTube can take the both.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't know if I clicked on the both for Chris's or not, but apparently I did.
Yeah, because I'm looking at my thing. It's vertical.
Yeah, no, Bo Nix definitely does not have anything to write home about after that game Thursday. He did not have a great game.
No, he didn't. That's it. Defense played well overall, and the special team, except for that one block, played well. But play calling.
Here's a good stat. M. Rentz has 2 lives this week. Oh, 401 rated Jeff 5. Yeah. I'm usually on 6 days out of the 7. No, I wasn't on Saturday, so yeah, I'm still. And that's true too. They did call a couple of TDs back, or at least one definite tight end touchdown.
Yeah, that was a rookie mistake. But I would say you can call a rookie mistake if you want to, but the dude been playing football basically all his life. He should know not to block somebody for the ball to get there. So
yeah,
you can say that's a rookie mistake. Yeah, you call it you want to, but he been playing football long enough at the same position to know that you don't do that.
Brandon, I'll get back to that in a second because I am going to discuss that. Raiders will win next 2 games. Cowboys will have 2 critical turnovers with 1 being returned for 6. Yeah, we got nowhere to go.
I want my comment about the Geno Smith thing.
Yeah, the tush push. The attempt of a tush push. That was like a I don't even know what you would consider that play.
No, that was a run, the butt push. That's what it was, because he Meredith got pushed back to him. Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Mountain
No,
put
I
Samir
remember
White in
back to the game, Kobe had a TD taken back. Did he? Well, we had some taken back on Thursday night too.
there. We had TD,
Fortunately,
but that
that
penalty,
was ridiculous. Stupid penalties, stupid play calling.
2 rookies made 2 bad mistakes.
To get back to your question, Brandon, about Sundays, after doing the game last night, I think I've come to the point where I think I'm going to go on every Sunday night now, provided I'm home in time. But Jason Downs and I talked, and I think him and I are going to do Sunday night games from here on out the rest of the season.
Sounds good.
We'll do live watch parties. I don't get a chance to do a show alone with Jason, so I figure we can do a show him and I on Sunday nights.
That's
So
true.
even on the days where it's a 4:00 game for us, and I'm up with the chapter, about an hour away from here, hour and a half, he can at least start the show, and then I'll jump in when I finally get home if I'm not home on time. But usually I'm home right before that night game starts, because I forget who the schedule was for next week, but I think it was a pretty decent game for next week.
No, that's cool.
Where is it? Who is it? Who's Sunday night? Yeah, Sunday night next week is Lions Eagles, so that should be a really good game. That has the potential to be a shootout, and then obviously Monday night. I mean, I figured you and I would do the Monday night game instead of doing the Monday morning quarterback. We can go live Monday night for the game, and then we'll plan from there on if we want to do like a Tuesday morning quarterback or Monday morning quarterback on a Tuesday. Depends on how bad the game is or how good the game is. We'll
we gotta do either. We gotta do either way, man. We gotta let our fans in our chat down. We gotta be happy, yay, or like the fuck was that type show.
I think it's gonna be a what the fuck was that?
More like
I hope not. I'm tired of those shows, man. I want to be able to come on here on a day after a game and just be excited for it. Just be
well, you don't have that one. You don't have that one time this year, Jeff. That was the Patriots game. But then even
and
Tennessee
we didn't even do a show that Monday because I was just so goddamn exhausted. I came home from Boston and slept the morning away.
But you still were happy. Even that Titans win, you were like, yeah, we won, but big deal.
Yeah.
Like.
Let's see. Hey, what's up? You guys should really stop Pickett better than Geno, who's throwing 18 picks a game, right?
Might as well.
But somebody passed I think somebody just passed him.
Tua? They were tied.
We're
going to the Denver game. They were tied for the interceptions. So Tua might have passed them up. I don't know.
Well, I don't even know if Tua had an interception yesterday or not. Dude, how about them beating Buffalo?
That was crazy. I was like, what the fuck? The NFL
so Buffalo's lost to New England, and now they've lost to Miami. It's like, holy crap. Next week, they go back to New England. They got to go to New England, Buffalo.
If they beat them there, then New England owns that conference. Because ain't nobody else there but the Jets and Miami. And, they're not having
well, the Pats are already 2 games up on Buffalo now.
Yeah, so
they beat them. They won this week. Buffalo lost this week. So they got a 2-game lead on them right now.
Yeah, if the Pats win this game, this pretty much they're conference champion or division champions.
Yeah, Fade Master, you're not completely wrong there. The Raiders need a whole new team. What's up, Hits boy? Yeah, we're tanking.
We're not tanking. We're just that bad.
Getting back to the stat line, and this was one of the good points. This was probably one of the bright spots for the day. Was and I know everybody's been just ripping this kid for the last few weeks, but Kai Blue Kelly, 2 interceptions in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was pretty impressive. But we couldn't do anything with it. That's the worst part. You get these turnovers and you can't capitalize on that shit. And that's what gets me. You only put 7 points up. That's pathetic.
Well, that first interception was thanks to a defensive pressure. But then I say he still got the interception, which is good. But like I said, 2 interceptions in the game, we couldn't get even a field goal. Nothing.
What's up, Jason? Raider Nation, Jason in the house. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, man?
So let me do this because I really don't want to keep kicking this game around anymore because it's just so goddamn depressing to keep talking about it. Did we already go over this part? Hang on. Oh, I didn't finish the stats. Just the rest of the team versus team breakdown of stats. First downs, we had 13, they had 15. Third down efficiency, we were 4 for 13. That's 31%. They were 5 for 14, 36%. Turnovers, we each had 2. Penalties, we had 7 for 61. They had 5 for 46. So again, close.
Yeah, but those 2 penalties cost us a lot. That's the 2 that we had.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to give an MVP for the Raiders on this game, who's your MVP?
One MVP for the game. Wow, I didn't see anybody really do anything exceptional. I guess I'll get the Kai Blue Color with 2 interceptions. I don't see anybody else. Since I can't give it the whole defense, but Kai Blue Color be the only one I could possibly give it to. And that's kind of like 70%, yeah. Not full 100%. So Kai Blue Color.
I gotta think of who I would pick.
Because we are lacking in the takeaway department. We don't take away ball at all. So I think we're at the bottom half of the takeaways.
I honestly think, was it Genty that had that long touchdown run called back? Who was the touchdown to that got called back? I forget now.
Oh, that was Tucker.
Tucker?
Yeah, on that pass play that Thornton offensive pass interference. That was
Jason's saying Kelly too. Raider Nation, Jason.
And that's a 70% vote.
Yeah, it was Tucker. Okay.
It was Tucker.
All right, you took Kelly. I'm not going to take the same player. He didn't have that great of a game, but he didn't have that bad of a game. I'm probably going to go with Genty. He did get a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
He did have 19 carries, 60 yards, a TD. He had 5 targets, but he only caught 3 for 3 yards. I'm going to go with Genty.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and plus they start running the ball because they couldn't run the ball. So yeah.
Yeah. Bueno says it's nice to see the top teams in the league struggling for once. The 49ers got handled pretty easily by the Rams, huh?
Yeah, my wife didn't feel like cooking dinner after that. I'm like, come on, man, I'm hungry.
Yeah, AJ Cole really pinned Denver. I mean, that really could have been the MVP right there too, if we could have done a little more damage with
Yeah, we didn't take advantage of that.
No, we didn't take advantage of the interceptions that Kelly had either. We didn't do enough. That should have been 14-point turnaround right there.
Well, because like Richard Sherman said at halftime, the score should have been 21-0. I mean, 21 to whatever. Look at that 21 points right there. Though he didn't get anything.
Yeah, and Jason, you're right too. Defense in general did enough to win. It was the offense that just couldn't do anything. Defense left in good positions on the field. The grounds team for keeping the field awesome. Dude, I know ball is. Dude, can we Dude, can we talk about Jack Tatum? I know, Ball, this is a conversation starter. MVP JPJ after he went down, it showed how crucial he was. Yeah, you're not lying there either, Bueno. Damn. This was back when the Raiders were actually good. Yeah, really. Raiders need to tank. We don't have to tank. We're doing it ourselves. It's coming automatic. It's happening. I don't know if we're going to get as high as the first pick. I don't see that happening. I mean, if it does, it does. I guess the next question is, who's your most unvaluable player? Your MUP. So who do you guys think did the worst on the team? Is the next question. Who would you consider your MUP? I got mine. I'm going first on this one because you're not on screen, but I'm going Gino. I'm picking Gino for my MUP. I can't pick anybody on defense over him because I don't think anybody else on offense did enough to be up for that running. You know, Bowers, can't blame him. He just wasn't getting the ball enough. Michael Mayer was invisible again. Well, he did have 3 catches for 22 yards on Mayer. But Gino just couldn't do anything. Yeah, see, I'm going Gino. Carlson. Oh, shit. Yeah, Carlson. Damn, I forgot about him. That's a good one, Kev.
All right, I'm back.
Who's your MUP?
Thornton.
Who?
Thornton. He wasn't involved in any plays. The plays involved, and he couldn't catch the ball. Then he commit that stupid penalty. Dude, you just basically you cost us the game to me. You know.
Yeah, he had 2 targets. He only had 1 catch for 4 yards.
Yeah, 4 yards. Yeah, right. You know. Yeah. And then he had that ball that Gino threw. He's still trying to run under it. He's kind of like he pulled up a little bit. I don't know if he did or not. I had to look at it again. But then that one crucial penalty when that would have been a touchdown. Because I don't think anybody was over there to catch Tucker. So he's my MUP.
Yep. I wouldn't disagree with that one. Carlson's a good option too. Yeah, he missed critical kicks.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on this
year. The real Sam said public enemy number 1 in Oakland, 72 was Franco Harris. Franco Harris always found a way to fucking screw us over.
Yeah, he did. The immaculate catch.
What's up, Silver and Black? It says every time we think we can get the first pick, we end up with the 7th pick.
Pretty much.
Yeah, because we win games that we're hoping we're not gonna, so we don't lose that early pick, like that 4-game win streak we were on at the end of the season.
Yeah, that made no sense.
2-game win streak or whatever the fuck it was after losing 10 straight.
It was 2 games of teams that didn't want to win either. They didn't want to win, so they want to get a higher pick.
If we go 2-15 and only get the 5th pick, that shows you this era of NFL. Oh yeah, that means 4 of the teams are either the same record and we just were better than them, or they just who's won it? Who's even got only 1 win right now? Tennessee's got 1 win. That's it. They're the only team with 1 win. New Orleans is 2-8. Giants 2-8. We're 2-7. Cleveland's 2-7. Jets are 2-7. Jesus.
And we don't play the Jets. We do play the Browns, but we don't play the Jets. But the Jets and Browns do play each other coming up.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll go play each other for a tie.
Man, Broncos, Colts, and Patriots are all 8-2. And even though Pittsburgh lost last night, they're still in first place in their division at 5-4.
Yeah, because nobody's there. Cincinnati's garbage, Browns are garbage, and the Ravens are ship is just sinking. So
they've won 3 straight. They were 1-5, but they're 4-5 now. So they're making a surge.
Well,
they're playing better.
Well, they can make a comeback, but you know.
Fucking New England 8-2. It's just so disgusting.
I'm so sorry for you, Jeff Lee, in that area, man. They probably parading around town.
Yeah, Bowers killed me this weekend. I thought I was going to have a good game from him after last week, and just
I told you on the last show that they're gonna make sure, even without Surtain, that they're gonna make sure they got Bowers covered. But then again, G only had time to even find Bowers. So
he only threw it to him 3 times.
yeah, but he had time. Most of the time, he's getting sacked. What, 6, 7 sacks, or he getting pressure? You have to throw the ball away, or it just makes sense.
The guy on the blind side can't open up holes for Genty to run, and Genty has to bounce outside. Yeah,
I agree.
We can't run up the middle, and yet we still try every goddamn game.
Yeah, Nugget, we talked about that on Sunday morning show, me and Jason. I said, why are they trying to run Jim when he can't get a yard? Bounce him to the outside.
And I agree with that, Joseph. I've been saying that for the last few weeks, too. The rookies need to get out there more. They need to play. They need the experience. It's the only way you're going to get them ready for next year.
Exactly.
Seriously.
Don't
my flex.
They'll put the rookies in the last game of the year, in the last 5 minutes of the last game. That's what they're going to do. Okay, get in there. It's too late now. So you're playing.
So I put, here's what I did on my no, I couldn't have used him. He hasn't even played yet. So I've got Dallas Goedert and I have Brock Bowers on my team, right? So obviously I'm going to stop Brock. It's Thursday night game. He's Brock Bowers. Look what if I would have sit him and he had a game like he did last week, I'd be pissed. But once he was back from the injury, I've been starting him, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured, all right, but Goddard played great for me when I had to put him in when Bowers was down, right? So Bowers gets me 4.1 points. Goddard's going tonight. So I guarantee he's going to get more points than Bowers tonight. I can't see him not. And that's what kills me. It's like, damn it. But why would you sit Brock Bowers? Just like if you have Josh Allen on your team, why would you sit Josh Allen? There's guys that you start regardless, no matter who they're playing, because they're just that guy. They're him, And then you just get lucky or you get burned.
Well, some players have good days, good games. Some players sometimes they have bad days. Sometimes that happens. If you sit him and then he goes out there and had 12 catches for 160 yards and 3 touchdowns, you'll be like, God damn it.
Yep.
It's just, one of those things.
Yeah, cool. They don't give Thornton much looks, just like Betch. They run a few plays with them. If they don't get anything, they just move on. That's Chip Kelly. That's pretty much what it feels like. That's for damn sure.
Like it is.
The Jets and the Browns played yesterday. The Jets won.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm behind. Shit. It's like with Genty, he only gets like 1 or 2 yards on the carry. He'll stop running the ball. Like, Jesus, let him keep running the ball.
Yep. What's up, Richard? Yeah, Richard said it's NFL's giving Aaron Rodgers a walk to the playoffs for a retirement gift. He's going to make the playoffs this year just by default in that division, unless Baltimore really steps up. Good thing they still got to play each other. So, fucking dog. I think I'm in a dog pound right now.
Dang. They have fun.
Oh my God. Yeah, let's see. How and who can we sign and draft to make this O-line good? Well, the good thing is I looked through the free agent offensive lineman for next year. There's some good ones.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some young ones. There's some mature ones that are going to come in and be leaders on this team. I don't really want to go through the whole list again, but there's some good ones out there that we got the money. Let's spend the money. Let's build this O-line. We blew it this past free agency. We blew it during the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it again.
Well,
that should be priority number one. Fuck the quarterback, because until you get an offensive line, the quarterback ain't worth shit. And that's the same thing with Genty. You increase that offensive line, guaranteed you're going to see a huge improvement from Genty next year.
Yeah, like I was saying, do we draft a quarterback? Yeah, we can draft one, but not in like one of the top picks. You can draft one like maybe you can be a project. Because I don't care what quarterback you get in this system, they ain't gonna be shit with this offensive line. Nobody's gonna do well in this offensive line. And as far as last year's draft, we don't know how good Rodgers and Grant is yet because we haven't seen him in a real NFL game. Saw him in the preseason against the 3s and 4s. Yeah, it looked good. But let's put him against the 1s and then the 2s in a real live action game. Then we'll see what they're worth. And then, like I said, like I said earlier, they can learn from their mistakes because we ain't going nowhere, so might as well put them in there. And then I said they off season say, we got to tweak that, we got to work on this, you got to get this, you got to get some more muscles in there, this and that, so they can learn. Because they sit on a bench the whole practice squad the whole year, they'll never know. Then they will put them in there like out the blue, like, oh, Jesus, basically playing like a rookie again.
Oh yeah, this season has been horrible. I honestly think this season is now surpassed last year's shitty ass season.
Worser.
And I think it surpassed Art Shell's shit season too. His 2-14 season. That was bad.
And that takes a lot.
Surpassed that. I really do.
And that takes a lot to suppress that season. That season was complete garbage. I forget about that season. I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah, Jason, you're right too. If anyone remembers Jamarcus, he was much worse. He would literally airmail or skip passes off the ground. Oh yeah.
Well, that was Al Davis' man because he had a strong arm.
I think the Raiders should take O-line. Yeah, I know Jason said we did address the O-line, but we did it too late. It was too late in the draft. It should have been earlier,
But they're not even playing. They drafted, but not even playing. Or even in the rotation. That's what kills me. That boggles my mind. Why they not in the rotation? Why they healthy scratch every freaking weekend?
Well, this is the time for them to get in the lineup and to shine with Parham out, with JPJ out. We've got so many issues now with this offensive line, with the guys that were the starters. I just still can't believe that Parham couldn't get beat out by Caleb Rogers. That just I can't fathom that, how that's even possible. Because I'm sorry, every week I watch Parham out there, and it just disgusts me.
And JPJ's in a competition with Kappa. Like, how is that a competition? You saw what happened when he went out, and then Kappa got in, and it got worse.
Yeah.
How's that a competition?
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Just want to catch up with all right, I caught up here. I remember the Saturday we drafted Jamarcus, really hoping we'd get Megatron or Peterson, and we haven't had the first pick since. Nope.
That's what I was hoping for, Megatron. That's what
I would have taken either one of them.
Yeah, but I was looking for Megatron because that receiving. Oof. But Peterson,
and some people now sit there and say, "Well, you say not to take Gente because our offensive line wasn't set." Peterson's a different type of player. That was a different era of football. The O-line was much better back in that time frame compared to what it is now. Just think of what this could have been with just either one of those two out there.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
And Peterson, not Peterson, but Megatron did retire, about 4 or 5 years ago? Just retired. So he was
more than that because he hit the 5-year mark and was in the Hall of Fame. I think he made it first year of eligibility.
Oh, okay.
So he's been out at least 8 years.
8 years?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, he was playing for a while, so he was a pretty healthy receiver. So he really rarely got hurt.
Oh, he used to put his stupid winter hat on his head in the middle of the summer. That idiot.
They're doing interviews and stuff, like, you dummy.
I hated that kid.
I didn't even want him. Yeah, won fame because LSU won national championships. So, yeah, he's the number one quarterback. No, he's not.
I think we should have Chris make a draft day movie remake. Draft day movie remake, and Pete loves it as what? I think we should have Chris make a draft day movie remake, and Pete loves it as head coach. What's up, Gunsmoke?
Good idea. I should make a movie. Call it Daft Day, not draft, but Daft Day. Yeah, this is how you not draft.
All right, so we've pretty much beat that game up. So now we turn our eyes towards next week against the Cowboys. So where are we? Here it is. Here's the matchups for this. So we're 3-6. Cowboys are 6-3. Points per game, we're at 16.5. They're at 26. Yards per game, we're 283. They're 361. Passing yards, we're 194. They're 246. So obviously their offense is a hell of a lot better. So our defense is really going to have to step up in this game. Rushing yards, we're at 89 average. They're at 115. Points allowed, we're at 24.8 points allowed per game. They're at 19, which is good because we can't score over 15 half the fucking time.
We can't get to 19 points barely.
We can't score over 16 and a half, so we're good.
Well,
Takeaways, we've got 10, they've got 17. Sacks, we're at 21, they're at 29. The turnover differential is -4. They're at a +6. All right, so I mean, like I said earlier, we don't have to worry about Micah Parsons on their defense.
Don't matter. They still got more sacks than we do.
What did I say? That's what this squad did. No, they're not 6-3. What the fuck?
No.
Why did that pull that up?
Yeah, because you said we were 3-6. So we're 2-7.
Yeah, wait a minute. What the fuck? Oh, this thing totally fucked up my numbers. All right, well, let's scratch that then. That don't work.
Nope.
What the fuck? I think it took 2024. I think it took 2024's info and fucked it all up.
Unless that was a hit in the past 10 games. But no.
Yeah, it's my son-in-law. We got to clean out the dry event. The dryer's right over there. So I'm actually going to have to cut this soon. I forgot we were doing that today when he got home. We're going to have to run the shop back in here, and it's going to get fucking loud.
I'm going to have to finish up my yard. Oh, well, shit.
I'm not an A's fan. I barely watch baseball, but if I'm picking a team, it's the Red Sox. I'm an East Coast guy. I live in New England. The only sports team around here that I can't stand is the Patriots.
Yeah,
Patriots.
I'm not a baseball fan. I'm not a baseball fan where I got watch every game or go like that, but I do root for the Dodgers.
Gio?
Their hometown. That's about it. Other than that,
I need somebody to translate that. I can't read that. Yeah, silver and black. That's what they said. He's gonna be done for the season more than likely.
Well,
I mean, what are we gonna bring him back for? What's the sense in it?
Yeah, let him rest. Let him get healthy, and for next year, if they don't decide to cut him.
Like Bueno said, it just shows you how bad our offense is with one guy missing. Because look what happened. There was a stat they put out. It was rushing yardage while JPJ was in the game, and then after it was like negative after he was.
It was. Injured. I remember this stat. It was 43 yards. We at that point that we were rushing when JPJ was in the game. Then when JPJ came out, it was -5.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? -5.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
That only shows you that how important the offensive line is, and they need to address it in this draft and free agency. Like you said, there's some guys coming out and free agents, and there's some good guys outside. What they need to do, Jeff, right quick before you cut out, they need to draft a true center out of college.
That's what I said.
A true center.
I think at some point we draft the best center available if we have that option.
Not a guard who can play center. Or a guard who plays center for a couple of games. But a true center, because I looked at some of the centers they got coming up in the draft, and when I do the mock draft, I'm picking me one.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, and a guard, a center and a guard. Because on guard, I think JBJ is fine at guard. I think when they get another tackle, a swing tackle, they can play both sides, left and right.
Yeah.
Because I think JBJ's fine. We need a guard to take that Parham position out. Draft a true center. Get rid of Meredith. Put Meredith as a backup guard. There's a lot of things they can do. Let's see if they do that.
I don't want to see Parham on this roster next year.
He'll be back.
I'm done with him. I'm sorry, but Kappa, we should cut his ass too.
But they'll lose so much money if they cut him. They lose like $6 million.
Whatever. I don't care. Josh, one of the guys goes, "Hey, Don't be scared, Jeff. There's a guy in your behind you. Yeah, it's my son-in-law. Yeah, see, Jason even agrees. I said that a few weeks ago when we started talking about draft possibilities and addressing the O-line. I'm not saying you're not going to use, obviously, a first-round pick on a center because I don't think any center is going to be ranked that high. But if you can grab the best one coming out of college, even if it's in the second or third, especially if we somehow finagle some extra picks, that O-line has got to be addressed. I'm sorry. I think it's got to be addressed before we even think about a quarterback.
We got 10 picks, so we can use those. We can move up, moving down if we need to. Yep. Quarterback is important to have a franchise quarterback because you ain't going to be there for another year or two. But it's important to get a rookie quarterback to start on this team that can't block for you. He's going to shell shock the guy. And I'm sorry, Cam Miller's not the answer. He can stay on the team, but he's not the answer. People say, "Oh, hey, Cam Miller." Well, he had that one good game. But then when they put him again the next game in the preseason, he stuck the bed up. So he's not the answer. Plus, he hasn't even played.
Yeah, no, there's no two ways about it. Our future quarterback is not on this roster right now.
No, it's not.
I don't even think he's in the next draft.
He could be.
I think we stick with Geno for another year, unfortunately, and then we address the quarterback the year after. Let's get the line in check. Let's get the running game going. Then we can worry about a goddamn quarterback. You've got the tight ends. Do we need a number one wide receiver? Oh, hell yeah.
Definitely.
There's not a lot of good free agent wide receivers that are going to be out there. I think the best one might be Pickens from Dallas. That's on that free agent list for next year. That's a free agent, but
well, when he's talking,
he's a locker room player. That's why Pittsburgh got rid of him in the first place. That's why he's in Dallas. But he's having a great year in Dallas. He's having a great year for fantasy for me too. He's doing all right.
But then some reports came out that he was unhappy because they want to extend his contract, the money he wants. So, tell him what they'll do. He probably want the top dollar since he had a good year.
No, Richard Snyder. I'm not saying to draft him with our number one pick. Definitely not a center with our number one.
Oh, no.
There's gonna be no center that's ranked that high ever. At least that I can remember anyway. Even Jason Kelsey wasn't ranked that high. Mm-hmm. I don't think. Was he a first rounder? I don't even know. I'd have to go and look. But definitely, if they've got rankings out and whoever's the number one center, if we got a shot to get him, then we go for it. Definitely. Somebody that's played center for his entire college career. JPJ played center one season, his senior year in college, and then we didn't bring him in as a center. We drafted him as a guard.
Yeah.
We converted him to center last year, but then now we moved him back to guard. And I still say guard is his best position.
He's played better.
Put him at center. He did so great last year. It's a whole different offensive scheme last year. It's a completely different style of football than what we're running right now.
To me, he played better at guard. He's playing better at guard than he was at center. So leave him at guard. Leave him on that side.
Yeah, he does. This son of a bitch has 9 lives. I don't know how he's lasting on this team. I don't know how the coaches actually evaluated the players and said, "Oh yeah, he's going to be our starting left guard." What? Did you not watch any film from last year?
With no competition, none. But JPJ had competition.
JPJ, one of your best offensive linemen, your second best offensive lineman after Colton Miller. He's got competition on the right side from a guy that was the worst offensive lineman in the league last year in Kappa. And now we're gonna do. He's gonna be in competition with JPJ, but Parham has no competition.
None.
Not even from the rookie. Come on.
None.
How does that even happen? Yeah, we do need a young left tackle too. We got to start preparing for that because he's getting old.
We got to tackle.
He's getting injuries.
We got to tackle. His name is Grant. Put him in there.
So Silver and Black said Graphic Raider said we need to throw the bag at the Ravens center who is a free agent. They gave a lot of people to pay. Yeah, we've got a lot of free agents. We're in the 20s again. Last season we had 27 free agents at the end of the season. We're going to be in the 20s again. We got a lot of 1 year show me contracts.
Mm-hmm.
Kuntz is going to be gone. I can't see us re-signing him for anything long term. I'm done with him.
Unless you take a major pay cut and back up, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna have to cut this short now. So I will be on tonight for the Packers Eagles game tonight for sure. Be doing a live watch for that one. I don't know if I'm gonna make it a pull up or not. We'll see. I'm thinking about it. I don't know, but I'll make the studio up later on. So I will see you all tonight.
Hold on a second.
Probably about 45 minutes before the game starts. Chris, what do you got going on this week?
Okay, like I said, Tuesday night we're doing a Cover 3 show. Chewy, if he's still here, we might do a mock draft. This is the first six rounds or 5 rounds or everything else. This is a real quick synopsis of what we're going to go through. So stay tuned for that. That'll be at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, 9:30 on the East Coast, Tuesday night. After that, I'm not doing anything else until Friday.
So yeah, I'll be on tonight, and then I'll be on tomorrow night for the Most Notorious podcast. Myself, Leo, Will from Silver and Black podcast, and James from the military chapter. It's the Black Hole Show. 10 p.m. Eastern time, 7 o'clock Pacific, and then Wednesday night Raider Connection. Myself, Jay, Just Raiders Baby in the chat, Leo, and LV Raider 10 on Wednesday night at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. So I will see you all tonight, and as I always say, stay safe and go Raiders.
Go Raiders.